Welcome back to the Ruby Tuesday. My name's Ruben and this is my review for Netflix's new original anime movie, Drifting Home. Don't forget to like and subscribe, it does help out the channel. Comment about your favorite animated movie as of late. Let's talk about whether this is worth your time. Drifting Home follows two childhood friends who drift into a mysterious sea with an entire housing complex. When I saw the trailer for this, I was immediately hooked just at the idea of it. A big building in the sea, and then you have a bunch of kids that are kind of stranded on there, and you wonder, first of all, how they got there and how they're going to survive. What does this mean for them? And that would have been enough for me, that mysterious mystery that it has going in for it. But it's from the creators of Penguin Highway, and if you've seen Penguin Highway, you'll understand the mystery is part of the story, but it's more the journey and the characters of what they go through that is the heart of it. And that's the same with this. There is like a good probably hour of this anime. It's a 2-hour anime film, but there's a good hour of it where they kind of give us backstory of what's happened to our main protagonist, and you feel like they tackle the theme of death really well. From what characters have experienced in their lives to family members dying, the consequences of that. They tackle it in the way that's in this mysterious adventure. So as the arc starts revealing itself and we start understanding why they are on this building and the adventure kicks in, we have a reason as to why we care about these characters. It's very character driven, even in amongst the adventure. And when there is adventure, you do get some of these great vista shots with the ocean and buildings kind of coming into contact with each other, and the movement of the characters when there is a bit of an action sequence is all beautifully done, heightened with the score, which is fantastic. I highly recommend watching in the original language. I listened to some of the dubbing and that was fine, but for me there was a lot of nuance in the voice work in this particular anime. I think watching it in its original language is the way to go. I'm not gonna lie, there was a moment in this film where I had quite an emotional reaction to a thing that was happening. And isn't that the way about film and TV series? There's sometimes something that will hit you in emotional, like a gut punch. It's kind of my saying, the gut punch of the film is the emotional content there. And that'll be something different for each person. But I do think people will be able to relate to this particular film on an emotional level when they're tackling with these themes. They reach it in such a way that your characters are going through them, you are going through it with these characters. You kind of a fly on the wall on their shoulder experiencing this thing. So as they are like starving, they need some food and they need to, build a stove to boil water to make it fresh. And they're little real life survivor situations that these kids are going through. And then dealing with the death of a family member or things that have gone wrong or who's to blame for their current situation. All of that piled in together, and then add the fact that it is kids, it makes you want to protect them more. And so you are kind of sitting on the edge of your seat, wondering who's going to survive. Are there consequences for your characters? And it feels like you don't know how this is going to end, because it starts in a way with, I wonder what's happened to that character, and then thrusts you into the adventure. It's a very nice animated movie. I don't think it's my favorite of theirs. I still think I prefer Penguin Highway and a couple of others they did, but this is definitely up there. Beautifully animated, wonderful story, definitely worth a one-time watch, if not a repeat, like in a few months time or a year's time. You're like, oh, I remember that animated film, that was pretty good. One of those. It's not going to go into my top 10 animated films of all time, but it's definitely one that I go, yeah, this was really enjoyable. So I'm going to give this Nicolas Cages out of 5. Let me know your thoughts down below. What is your favorite current anime movie, I guess, of 2022? I'd love to hear your recommendations down below. Thanks so much for watching. And most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.